This episode of Designing Minds visits the prestigious Art Center of Pasadena, California. In part 4 of this 4-part series, students Saejean and Kathryn McFarlane offer a unique perspective on the playful, creative, and decidedly untraditional representation of the life and work of Benjamin Franklin.
My understanding of serious play was that there had to be risk involved, experimentation, and a lack of fear about failing.
During that original briefing, I couldn't stop thinking just about our class. All the students working in it, it's kind of like an example of serious play. Art starts out as play, creative process starts out as play, and then when you take it to that next step of really being serious about it, it turns into, what we do.
I can remember at first immediately jumping to sort of the conclusion of, oh, it should be like an extreme sport or something, that literally sort of had to do with the idea of serious play and games and but then as I spent some more time thinking about it, I started coming up with ideas like, the Guinness World Book of Records and Benjamin Franklin and...
or the stock market.
The stock market. Initially, many of the teams started off with topics as opposed to characters. I wanted to sort of do an individual as opposed to a topic. I felt like it would be a nice change of tempo in the book.
I started doing just these little doodles. I would doodle out a saying that he did or an invention that he did, kind of in a more bizarre, whimsical, kind of silly way. And then I had them layered on tracing paper. That's just the way it worked. So then I brought it all out. It was all layered, just like a printout or something. And then Paul and Tom were like, oh,
this is great. We love this look.
Beautiful.
And Saejean and I were like, but it's just
it's my sketches.
Yeah, I mean, it was,
anything.
And then that ended up winning out as this vocabulary and this visual language for our spread. Our first spread is a spacious spread that gives you the hint of Benjamin Franklin without fully telling you what our piece is going to be about. An amazing illustration that Saejean did of the back of a man's head, and he's got the little colonial ponytail. And the copy reads, "It was curiosity that inspired the scientist." On the left-hand page, we have this funny personal notes that he had made about an experiment where he electrocuted a turkey. So we have that in there as an artifact. And there's a little caption that says that that's what it is. And so it already starts off in kind of a bizarre way. And then we really dive into it in the next two spreads, which are visually more complicated. So we have a very young, strapping Benjamin Franklin pictured in the center spread. And through the research that we did about him, we realized that we didn't have to talk about, the Constitutional Congress or his more well-known political work. Because he had accomplished so much, we could just focus on his sort of imaginative, scientific side.
We kind of wanted to show this playful side that was inherent in all his inventions and his sayings.
I mean, he was a very serious person, but also he was a very playful person. And he could never have accomplished what he did had he not been willing to not take himself too seriously, and more importantly, not be afraid of what other people thought of him. We think in such a similar way, we have such a similar sense of taste, what to show, what not to show, what engages us. We sort of fall in love with the same things when we come across information. And so collaboration in the future is a must.
Oh, I just think Kathryn is like one of the smartest people I've ever met. She's great.
Saejean is amazing, amazing, brilliant, gifted. Look at her shoes.